Hello, sports fans. Your boy number one here tonight to give you a review of Week 8 in the NFL. I'm gonna start off and give my review. Also, I'm gonna give you how I fared this past week as far as my predictions of each game, and I'm gonna give you my top five power ranking teams this week, and I'll give you a recap, a rundown of next week's schedule and who I think is gonna win each game. Also, I talk about my Philadelphia Eagles, but the Eagles are off this week, so I don't have a score for you this week as they've been off this week. And as they prepare for their big showdown next Sunday night against the Dallas Cowboys. Hoping we can avenge that second week loss to the Cowboys as we head to Dallas Stadium, Texas Urban, AT&T Stadium to take on those Cowboys. We gained a half a game and on the standings as the team that was ahead of us lost. As I get to that in a few seconds. A couple key players are supposedly returning. One is questionable, which is Jason Peters, as he has back spasms. Kiko Alonso is said to return. Nelson Aguilar did practice. Riley Cooper, he played last week. He was limited though, so hopefully after this bye week we can start that ship and sink and get it right going. It starts with that offense. I'm not pointing fingers all on Sam Bradford, because he's a tremendous quarterback, I think. But the type of offense that we run, I don't think is really made for him, especially after coming off with 2 torn ACL surgeries. He's not as mobile as he was in college. I ain't blaming it on him because, our receivers is not doing their job. Jordan Matthews has been MIA pretty much throughout the whole season. He was like our second top receiver last year, and he was slated to be the number one guy as we lost Jared Macklin, of course. A lot of receivers not catching the passes. We ain't gonna blame it all on Sam Bradford. Some of the interceptions could have not had happened. If receivers caught the ball. It starts with the offense, once the offensive line is starting to get a little better, in the weeks, at the past couple of weeks, our running game is starting to develop and become a better running team now. We had a hard time fitting it, we're dealing with his offensive line. So, I slowly see them coming together. But, like I said, we got Sam Bradford maybe, what I'm saying, for right now, either you're going to use them, you're going to have to use them, or put more Sanchez in, and hopefully next year, unless Sam Bradford can turn his season around and produce be the quarterback that Chip Kelly thought he would be, maybe we can go out there and get a quarterback that's fit for the system. So like I said, we got a game against Dallas this Sunday night at prime time on NBC. Hopefully we could revamp that and come out with a victory to go to 500. We have 9 games left, and out of those 9 games, there's only 2 teams that we got to face with a winning record. The other 7 teams, it should be, we got a good chance of winning those games. So, I see us can possibly be in 10-6 and hopefully, possibly predicting us to win the division. So, so now we finna get down to the scores from this past week. It was the New England Patriots remain undefeated as they beat the Miami Dolphins 36-7. It was Kansas City Chiefs in a blowout fashion beating the Detroit Lions 45-10. It was Tampa Bay Buccaneers upsetting the Atlanta Falcons at home 23-20 in overtime. It was the Arizona Cardinals beating the Cleveland Browns 34-20. The St. Louis Rams beating the 49ers 27-6. Colin Kaepernick has been benched. Lane Guy will be starting next week. In the shootout, it was the New Orleans Saints 52 over the New York Giants 49. Eli Manning had 6 touchdown passes, and Drew Brees had 7 touchdown passes in that game. It was the Minnesota Vikings beating the Chicago Bears 23-20. It was the Baltimore Ravens picking up their second win of the season, beating the San Diego Chargers 29-16. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers losing to the Cincinnati Bengals 16-10. Le'Veon Bell torn his leg injuries, out for the rest of the season. So that's a big blow for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as they had just got Ben Roethlisberger back this past week. The Houston Texans beat Tennessee Titans 20-6. Tennessee Titans fired head coach Kel Winshunt and named Jim Mularkey, interim head coach. Mike Mularkey, I'm sorry. It was the New York Jets losing to the Oakland Raiders 34-20. It was Seattle by 1 over the Dallas Cowboys 13-12. It was the battle of the defeated teams. The Denver Broncos upsetting the Green Bay Packers 29-10, handing the Packers their first loss, and Denver still remains undefeated. It was the Carolina Panthers in overtime after being up 17 points in the fourth quarter to win over the Indianapolis Colts 29-26. My top 5 teams this week, I have the New England Patriots at number 1, the Denver Broncos at number 2, the Green Bay Packers at number 3, even though they lost their first game of the season, the Cincinnati Bengals at 4, and the undefeated Carolina Panthers at 5. As Carolina is the only undefeated team in the NFC, and then we have Patriots, the Broncos, and Bengals as the only other 3 undefeated teams in AFC. So, this week's action slates to be, we got a thing Thursday night between the Cincinnati Bengals against the Cleveland Browns. I like the Bengals to win that one. We got probably who to win this game will probably be the have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, as they are the 2 best teams right now in the NFC. We got the 1-loss Packers against the undefeated Carolina Panthers. I like Green Bay in this one. We have the Washington Redskins going to New England, Foxborough, take on the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots will pull this one off. We have the Tennessee Titans versus New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints, I think Drew Brees has found his offense rhythm going. I like the Saints on that one. The Miami Dolphins takes on the Buffalo Bills. I like the Dolphins on the road at the Buffalo. The Rams and the Vikings, 2 teams who are looking positive right now, but I like St. Louis to win that one. I like the Jets at home against the Jaguars. I think the Steelers, without Le'Veon Bell, will beat the Raiders at home. I like the Buccaneers to upset the Giants at Tampa Bay. I like the Falcons to beat the 49ers despite Blaine Gabbert being their starter. And Barney Davis, the newest member of the Denver Broncos, I like them to beat the Colts and remain undefeated. And I like the Philadelphia Eagles on the road as they seek to get their revenge from the Week 2 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. And in a battle of 2 and 6 teams, we have the Chicago Bears, San Diego Chargers. I think the San Diego Chargers will win that 3rd game as they are at home. I think they are better than the Chicago Bears. Having said that, I am the Blawaiian. And I'll be back next week with another review. We're going to start off with a Philadelphia Eagle review, that is. And, by the way, as far as my predictions for last week's games, I ended up going 10-4. I lost 4 games, won 10, by the way. So, it's a pretty good week for me. 10-4 is not bad, So, that's a pretty good week, So, those of you who don't know me, I am the Blawaiian. I am a sports guru. I love sports. Football. We already know I'm down with the Philadelphia Eagles. Through thick and thin, no matter what they do, I believe that midnight green. So, once again, I am the host of this review, the Blawaiian. And I'd like to say, until next weekend, I would like to say peace. God bless. Have a blessed night.